This video contains subject matter that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are the type to require a warning throughout a video or show, let this message serve as your warning. This channel discusses the harsh reality of true crime. If this warning is not sufficient for you, consider a different genre and unsubscribe from my channel immediately.
There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp.
It's the house!
What's going on, freakazoids? Gosh, Grant, I didn't like the way you called me a freakazoid. Well, there you go, everybody. Round 2 for today. Thank you, the Mike D Experience. Yeah, if we're actually trying to get to 100,000 pretty soon, so if you guys would like to hit the subscribe button, even if you don't like me very much, could you help me out a little bit there? Thanks. That'd be great. Thank you, the Mike D Experience. I don't think people are like putting out videos of a guy named Bryan who called. Bryan's a common name. You know, the Bryan that calls this show is just a totally normal dude. You know, there's Bryans that live out in the world, everybody. I know that's weird. Calm down, everybody. I know it's strange, though. I get it. Well, actually, I don't. I'm sorry. Just answer the question the way I've got it. You know what I'm talking about. It is a yes or no question. Did he go back to see that you're always complaining about something? It's unbelievable. Doesn't matter what show it is. You're just complain. It's a really obvious question. Did he go back to Pullman after the murders, or did he head back to Pennsylvania? Head to Pennsylvania directly. Very simple. It's not complicated. There's nothing like confusing about it. A lot of people overthink things to the point where they need explanations for, can you pass me the salt and pepper? Are you sure? Let's see, salt and pepper. Wait, do you mean like the rap album, or the salt and pepper shake? Well, we're at breakfast. I just asked for the salt and pepper. Oh, okay. Yeah, it doesn't have to get that crazy. It's kind of simple things. No, I see what you're saying now. I see what you're saying. It's not really a yes or no question. Oh, God. I get it. I see what you're saying. It's not a yes or no question. Let me do it again for Sack and Fox Nanny. Hold on. Let's do it again. What did he do? Okay. That's not what I want. I wanted to do a poll. Let me end this one first. Now, for some reason, my polls just kind of go away. They don't really... What did he do? Let's see. After the murders, it would be apartment in Pullman, and let's see, at University, or it's University of Washington. And the other one, oh shoot, apartment in Pullman, and then the other one is headed to Pennsylvania. All right. You know, just any spelling errors, don't worry about it. Thank you, Kathy Fredmaker and Noel Girl. So I see what you're saying. I thought I was just really kind of just saying, like the first one was yes and the other one was no, but I get it. My bad there, Sack and Fox Nanny. I'll take it on the chin. Knew the killer was involved in law enforcement. Hey, thank you so much, Mama She 13. And also thank you very much to Noel Girl and Kathy Friedenmaker. I was like saying Kathy Friedenmaker. Also to Julia Morelles, and also to Caligal 3. Wow, I have to turn. Let me see if I can turn on the Streamlabs before that one pops in there. Wow, thank you so much to. I'm kind of scrolling through here. Mama She 13, and then it was. Look at that, Melanie, and then. Quietly Frozen. Oh, thanks for being a freak, Melanie. You check on that one Formula One driver?
Another busy day for Gray.
There we go. Quietly Frozen. And Ivan Victor. Alright, very cool. Trying to catch these ones. If I don't get them all, I'm sorry, but.
Amanda. Caught my teenage boy, 14, with a backpack full of booze tonight on the way to see his 16-year-old GF who has a Mustang.
Thanks, Tosh. Huh, what does that mean? Caught my teenager. Like, who types that kind of stuff into a super chat? And I look up and it's Ivan. Of course. Of course, man. You guys actually think he went back to Pullman? No way, man.
Thumbs up,
Jesus.
thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up.
Why would he go back to his apartment? And hang out around in the area? He probably was like, oh yeah, I'm going to go on vacation early. You know, he was saying that before to not arouse suspicion. I think he just took off and went east. But hey, you never know, right? Because look at this is how it went here. I believe, anyways. The white launcher was seen here at the A&W camera, and then it was over here. And if you look at the footage that's out there, it's going this way on Highway 8. Unless there's just some really tricky thing going on with the camera there, there'd be no reason for him to be over here. I don't know, unless there's some kind of a place where you could dump like the knife or something, but I don't know. Yeah, so he goes this way, and that's heading, you know, you're heading to Pennsylvania at that point. It seems like he would have packed his car, got ready to go, and would have just wanted to be out of town instead of hanging out in the area. Wouldn't you think? I mean, that's my opinion, but, you know, I'm not saying mine's any more valid, I guess. It just doesn't make sense to me. Now, thank you so much there, though. Quietly Frozen and Tosh. And then we also got Amanda Johnson. Now, let me get the numbers on the screen again. But I'm also going to be, I got some information here. Let me get rid of that stupid name on the screen there. I've never seen that name before. Have you guys? Kohberger? Seems like it's really rare. That's what I think. I think he just got the hell out of there. What do you mean I'm quietly frozen at the moment? What are you talking about? Am I not streaming? What the hell are you talking about? Yeah, I've never heard that name. So here's what we could do. I think we should put, like, get together a text file and put all the things that we know about him in it. What do you guys think? Things just aren't working smoothly on my computer, but it will be in a minute. Let's just get this taken care of here. There he is. All right, so Bryan. Is it Christopher? Is that the middle name? Pretty sure. And he's 28, a grad student at university, or actually Washington State University, Wazoo, in criminal justice, right? Something like that. Yeah, it's amazing. I think law enforcement just kicked ass. FBI probably played an absolutely gigantic role in this case, I would imagine. He was going to be a cop, you think? Oh, man. Why would you need a doctorate to be a cop, though? Wouldn't you just get like a minor, just a regular degree in criminal justice and then become a cop? Maybe you wanted to be a high-up person so you could control and, like Dexter-ish, like he controls what's coming in. Oh, man. That was weird. I have it set at 2 minutes. I don't know why it'd be going by so fast. We have a lot of members, though. Members don't have to wait, right? So if you're if your color of your name is white in there, that means you're not a channel member, and therefore you have to wait the 2 minutes every time. I have options where it's $1.99 to be a channel member. It also helps support the channel and I like I said before, I donate a large portion of my money that I get on the channel to charities, so it helps me, helps everything that we do here. So I don't know if you ever called in. We do know that criminals do call up and participate on channels, though. That's for sure. Any confirmation that he had? I don't know. Oh, that number's not good on the screen there. Don't do that one. If you call in, I gotta go over some stuff first though. That number's not good. There we go. Yeah, so he lived over here. Yeah, in one of these apartments, I guess, and we're not going to be able to see. It lived right over here in these apartments. So, I mean, it's possible, since this image right here on the screen is... actually doesn't say the year of this one. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is July of this year. I mean, that's crazy, right? So one of these cars could be his. You know, one of these vehicles parked in this area, these white cars. You know, like that's what's so funny when people say, "Oh, it's a white car. Look how many white cars are just in this photograph. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There's a lot of them, right? But are the Elantras gray? Oh, he moved in there in August? Okay. So then it can't be. So he just moved in there in August and was going to finish school, and then he kills somebody and then drives home. Wow. What does that mean, Brian Pierce? Are you something wrong with you? Jesus. What makes people think typing something like that in is okay? It's just ludicrous. God damn. Hey, Dreaming Girl. Try to call, but yeah, I don't want to do the, you know, I just want to get into the case and stuff tonight. So let me look at the articles that I got here. So somebody sent me some videos that are of like a friend of his that they posted them on TikTok, I think, and then they were taken down at some point. But they sent me the videos. I think it was. Hold on, let me make sure. I think it was someone named Helen. So thank you. And by the way, our buddy Mag, one of the moderators, she has the flu, so everybody put out some positive vibes there. Really? Oh, look at this. This is crazy. This is real. Isn't this what I just said the whole time? Watch this. Authorities identified the suspect with the help of genetic genealogy, source says. The suspect in the murder of 4 University of Idaho students was identified with the help of genetic genealogy, a source with knowledge of the case tells CNN. Unknown DNA found in the... God, I almost feel like I'm like... I should be a psychic, you guys. Right? Unknown DNA found in Idaho during the course of the investigation was taken through a DNA public database to find potential matches for family members, the source said. Once potential family matches were found, subsequent investigation work by law enforcement led to the identification of suspect Bryan. Oh, man. They did exactly what I said to do, man. Boom! Right out of the gate. You guys remember that when I had Dr. Colleen on, Colleen Fitzpatrick and Misty on there, Misty Gillis? And I said, so how long does it take to do this? So if they have the DNA, just immediately fast track it. Maybe they were actually listening to the show. Immediately fast track it and get going on it. Man, that's crazy. Man, that's freaking awesome. Man, that's unbelievable. That's a CNN site too, so it's not like it's just some random. Although they made up some shit a while back, but let's see. Unknown DNA found in Idaho during the course of the investigation was taken through DNA public database to find potential matches. And then I wonder if at that point they went, wow, he's got an Elantra, we're onto something. Man, that just makes me happy, actually. That's amazing. You gotta admit, like, that is so cool. Man, and that's how it should be now. You got a case, you're not identifying the person, you have their DNA, you immediately put it into a public database. And you get it. You get the answers. And you get the best genealogists working on it. And boom. Man, it's just awesome. I wonder how long ago they got that information back. I can't see it, Ivan. So no, I'm not going to do it. That's pretty wild, though, right? That was sent to me by Amber, a different Amber, Amber T. So that's cool. I think she remembered me saying it and sent it to me. I have the videos there, Lindsay. You just sent me a comment. I already have it. I don't need it. Wow. that just makes me almost want to stop the show and call in like Dr. Colleen Fitzpatrick and say, man, so they... I don't know if I can do that or not. Yeah, almost at 100,000, you guys. Let's go. Boom. Let's get the subscribe if you're out there and you're watching. I'd really appreciate it. This is where you get the rational thoughts on this channel right here. Hey, thank you very much, Sherlock Hemlock. I mean, I bet you there wasn't many other channels talking about using genetic genealogy right out of the chute. I'd bet money on that. Alright, this is the statement put out by the school on Friday, December 30th. This is where he went to school before. DeSales University learned of the arrest of Bryan Kohberger in connection with the murder of 4 University of Idaho students. Kohberger received a bachelor's degree in 2020 and then completed his graduate studies in June of 2022 as a Catholic he must have gone to school late then. Or he just took a while. But if he started going to school at 20, graduated at 24, did a 2-year master's, that'd be 20. No, I mean, he must have started college at like 22 years old. Unless he took 6 years or so to get through there. But our thoughts and prayers are with the victims' families during this difficult time. Community, we are devastated by this senseless tragedy. So we got that. And then this one here is Bryan Christopher Kohberger, 28, was taken into custody by local police and the FBI at his parents' home in the gated community of Indian Mountain Lake in Albright. Where was it at? Parents' home. Well, let me go get that. Hold on a second. Persephone's pomegranate. Thank you. I'm just going to go over to his dad's. I see it right here. Yes, and he lives in Albright. Usually they're not on Street View. So I think this is it. Or maybe it's the same one. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, this looks like the same house that I already had. Yep, right there, see? So this is a gated community. There's no Street View anywhere around. Like right here, there's weird. There's somebody did one of those 360 ones right in the middle of the woods over here. Wow, that's cool as hell. Look at that. That's amazing, right? Really. I mean, yeah, it makes you almost want to live there. Really high, really crisp photograph there. That's amazing. Must have been done with a drone with a 360-degree camera on it. Yeah, so there's no street view on that. Kohberger was being held for extradition in Monroe County Court for 4 counts of first-degree murder and a felony burglary charge filed by Latah County Prosecutor's Office in connection to the slayings of Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Kaylee Goncalves, and Madison Mogen. Shannon Gray, an attorney representing Goncalves' father, Steve Goncalves, said law enforcement officials called the family last night to let them know about the arrest, but gave no additional information about how or why they believe he might be connected to the murders. Obviously, they're relieved that someone has been arrested, Gray said. I didn't say a damn thing. You guys know about as much as we do right now. At a press conference Friday afternoon, prosecutors and police said state law prevents them from releasing information about what led to Kohberger's arrest until he's back in Idaho. We hope to get that to you as soon as we can, County Prosecutor Bill Thompson said. Sounds like they're kind of committed to getting that out here. He's had an initial court appearance at Pennsylvania and is being held without bond. Yeah, no, I told you guys that at the beginning, right? Remember when they first put out the vehicle, like Gwendolyn said? And they were really looking for they just wanted to talk to the owner of the white Elantra. And I don't know if you remember what I said. I go, no, they believe the driver of the Elantra is involved in the killing. That's why they're looking for it. Nobody puts that much effort into finding, with that much, emphasis on a car that they just want to talk to somebody. They may have seen something. There's no chance that that's what they were doing. So thanks, Gwendolyn. I forgot about that. Yeah, I mean, my theory, though, isn't good. The one I thought it was going to be somebody that was closer. There was also another. I've had multiple theories because that's what you try to do. One was that it was somebody just on the fringes of their friends, kind of awkward, hiding, just sort of hiding in plain sight almost. And, but then we also talked about the longer it takes, this could be a serial killer-like person. And we also talked about how the killings seemed to be somebody who was, personal and rage. However, I said it on this case, that serial killer-like people kill in the same way, but they don't have a personal connection to the person. They kill in a way that seems like it's personal, etc. Right? So that's pretty interesting. Yeah, so we don't know if there's what kind of connection there is here. Apparently he graded papers, or he was a teacher's assistant at, so that we could put that in there. So, teacher's assistant. So he probably was grading papers, but that was also at the Washington State University. So it's not like you would have Kaylee or anybody going to that class. So what in the hell's going on here? This really does seem like how we were talking about at the very beginning, like he was hiding up on that path the parking lot behind the house and just looking for, looking at the window and watching and waiting, basically stalking them. Thank you, Allie Cake. I don't know. What do you guys think? You're shining. well, you're talking to me? Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like we here's the thing. We had really rational conversations about this case the whole time. You know, you don't allow the crazy crap like, oh, the sorority sister didn't take a picture with Kaylee, so therefore they wanted to kill her and got a hitman. I mean, you guys understand how crazy it is? Or how about this? I know a lot of you guys thought that at the memorial service that, Jack was looking weirdly at Kaylee's dad, and I didn't see it at all. You guys heard me say it. I don't see what you're talking about. And there wasn't anything, right? Obviously. Now, I did at one time have a theory that involved him, the ex-boyfriend, but they cleared all that up, and they looked into him too, and news outlets looked into it, and that's just kind of where it is now. It's done, right? And now you gotta, you feel like, wow, if it's true, because the story that I heard was that Jack was at home and his friend convinced him not to answer the phone to play hard to get a little bit. Like he's always answering, you get how that works, right? He's always answering the phone when Kaylee calls. He drops everything to do whatever she wants. So he needs to play hard to get and don't answer so that she tries harder for, you know what I mean? So he didn't answer the phone and then he just goes to sleep. It may have saved his life, actually, his friend, although he might feel guilty that he could have gone there and helped save somebody. Right? So, hello. What does the security guard have to do with anything I'm talking about? And then also, we know now that the Adam guy, he's cooperating. I mean, I guess we still have to wait and see what kind of other connections there might be here before we sort of rule out every single thing, Yeah, we already we went over that on the show earlier. Scissor, thanks. Yeah. We actually did a whole, we didn't go through each of the questions, we just went through and showed that he asked that. The questions to me are just kind of typical. Yeah, I mean, the frat thing was interesting because they kept wanting to know where Kaylee, and I guess still we have to wait for the probable cause to see if there's anything for Xana and Ethan when, is there something that happened that led that guy back to the house that night? Don't know. Could it be that he wanted to experience a murder and write about it? Yeah, well, I saw this one part where it said that he took a year off so he could sort of dive into his, I mean, you're not in school, so how are you taking a year off diving into your topic, or whatever you call it, the criminal justice world? Well, you go out and you become a perp in his mind. Fry said police were still looking for a murder weapon, but they found a white Honda Elantra. Fry declined to answer when asked what tips and evidence led to the arrest, citing the investigation and Idaho state law. He said he couldn't release a motive. Asked whether police believe the community is safe following Kohberger's arrest, Fry said yes, but we need to remain vigilant. All right. So it's only. Did you get this Sack and Fox Nanny? If you're still out there, did you get this one? So it's 50-50, man. That's crazy. 50-50 for the poll. I guess that's not really that crazy. I think he went there intending to kill all the... Well, that's what I think. Yeah. It could have been something that was going on that night that led him to there, right? All right, hey, 859, you're on here. PhD student, there you go. Hello?
Whoops, I was on mute. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
I want to thank you, Gray. You were almost sounding like you didn't have it right, but in my mind, you had it right because you were not jumping on any of the immediate people. In fact, you were cautioning against that. And am I mistaken? You thought this might be somebody loosely who might have seen them, but they didn't know him?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Something like that. Like somebody that was like somebody and was just kind of on the edge. Didn't really freak anybody out, but it was just kind of a... And it sounds like he was a really... I was watching a show. It said that the guy said he was very outgoing and something, but he was awkward, like he didn't seem to fit in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
I mean, to me, it almost sounded like exactly what you were talking about. So when you were saying that, I was like, wait.
Well, I was thinking that one time I did a theory that it was the ex-boyfriend at first, and then I just jumped off of that.
Right, but that was a long time ago when you left off of it after the police said that.
Mm-hmm,
And I agreed with you. The ex-boyfriend made perfect sense until the police said, no, he's been cleared. And like you said, I mean, if he's been cleared, he's been cleared. And I think he fits the profile. He's a little younger than what I thought. I was actually thinking 30, early 30s.
I thought he was going to be more in their age range. I mean, he's not far off, but, you know, he's 6 years older. At first.
Yeah,
even though it's
I hope they've got the right guy.
That's when it was the rage. See, the thing is, if you go like this, if it's back before, if it was the emotional killing, then it's probably somebody in their age range. If it isn't emotional killing and it is a serial killer-like person, then it's going to be somebody a little bit older, because they don't really kick into that gear until this is actually a little young, actually 28, to get your first kills in like that. But I think the average is 35 or so.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was thinking of. But admittedly, you know, and I'd taken a lot of information from you and from some of the profilers, not from the crazy drama mamas, but just I was thinking a little older, early 30s maybe, because it seems to me premeditated.
It does say in this,
and I don't know how I came into contact with him.
Little quick Google search, it says between 25 and 34. So when they, I don't know if that. Well,
okay.
So go ahead.
Well, I mean, it's hard to imagine that a 25-year-old could do what he allegedly did.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, but I mean, it's just hard to imagine. It just seems like somebody who is smarter, like you said, somebody who has thought about it, maybe a little bit higher IQ.
Yeah.
I just seriously hope they've got the forensic evidence. And you were talking about DNA. What amazed me today in the press conference is they didn't talk about DNA. They didn't talk about anything. They basically said they couldn't talk about anything.
Well, the thing I just read it made me feel so pumped, because I was like, I think a month ago I said, here's what they need to do. They need to, if there's DNA in the scene that does not match them and they know it's from a source that likely committed the murder, immediately put it into a genealogy database, fast track it, get your best genealogist on it, and boom, get a name. And it turns out they did that.
I was watching that, and you were dead on right. And it looks like they did it. I hope.
Oh, man.
I hope so.
Oh, yeah.
My son saw something. Here's something curious. My son tried to run a background check on him immediately because we have that service where you pay, I don't know, something ungodly, like $25 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing was there on this guy.
I have him on Ben Verify, but only his name and where he lived.
Yeah, I saw where you had some information on him. I was wondering where you got it because he ran a background check, which usually have to pay $12 a piece for, and it brought up nothing. I'm like, how could he not be there? He said, I think the FBI wiped him out.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's weird how some services don't. Like sometimes Ben Verified doesn't have something. I know, like Intellis is.
I think
pretty
this
good.
is called Intellius.
Oh yeah, that one's pretty. I
right?
was just saying that Intellis. Yeah, I mean that one seems like a pretty good one, but apparently didn't have this guy, right?
He didn't exist. He didn't even bring up somebody.
Huh.
Not only did it not give you a criminal record, but it didn't give you anything. It's like he didn't even exist. Wow, they wiped him out already. I wonder why.
Yeah, like here's the the one in right here, Brian Kohberger. He's in. Like if you go to the address history, there he is at 119. That's where he lives. So he's in Ben Verified, but he's only got very little information. 3 relatives. Usually there's way more than that. And it turns out in there it's his dad and his sister. So
yeah, I think you said that. He's almost like a ghost today.
the sister looks kind of a little bit like him. It's kind of weird. But, I mean, not that weird, but it's just strange. I'm not gonna. I sent out something. Go, hey, if you want to open up a dialogue, that's fine. If not, don't worry about it. So if she wants to communicate on Facebook, that's cool. If she doesn't, then she doesn't. I'm not gonna.
Well, I mean, I feel bad for families who are caught up in this on the side of the perpetrator too, because, well, first off, he's alleged. We need to see some evidence in court. You assume that the police and the FBI have good, solid evidence to back up what they said. But I mean, the tragedy. It's not just on the victim side of the family, but on the perpetrator side. I mean, it's horrific.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No,
he's doing well, right? He's going to school. He's getting his doctorate. He's a good guy. He's never done anything wrong that they know of, and then all of a sudden, wham! He's responsible for the Idaho Four. I mean, can you imagine? That's horrible.
And I'm not sure he hasn't. He might have other killings under his belt. We don't know. But
that's what I'm thinking. What else has he done?
Well, we don't know at this point, I guess.
Could he have possibly done the Oregon slayings that they have?
Well, that makes it more interesting.
That couple?
Well, now the Oregon one and the other one seem a lot more interesting. Only because now it's not like, this targeted. When it is targeted, so I think they do believe it's targeted, but it was the house. That's why they think it's the house, because what connection does this guy have to Kaylee, Madison, or anyone in that got killed? So, now this guy here, that opens up that thought a little bit more to those people, right? Because now it's a serial killer.
It does.
This guy is, right now, a serial killer-like person. There isn't really any kind of... I mean, maybe it'll turn out that there was online communications that went awry and he got angry, so that would change that up a little bit. But I don't think so, man. I think this guy is, he's socially awkward, although he's outgoing.
He's good looking. He's
you
fairly.
think he's good looking? Man, I don't think so at all.
I actually don't. But from what I have learned, that other women find good looking, he would be fairly good looking. He's tall. And he's not ugly.
Cindy J put a vomit face on the screen. So did Georgia Stoliker and Anna Del Rio. Oh, everybody's vomiting. My God, We got an absolute vomit fest in the chat here.
It's a vomit. It's a pool of vomit.
Oh my God! Look at all these.
Now, he's not hard to look at, though. I mean, he's not ugly. He doesn't have pock marks on his face. His face is kind of squarish. You know,
you just upset all the pock marks.
I mean, he's
people.
not bad looking.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't really know if he's bad looking or not. I think he looks kind of creepy. You know, the way I look at him.
He's very tall, though. Women go for tall guys. I don't care what those women vomiting on the stream say. They go for tall men. They really do.
Well, I guess so.
They're lying.
I'm only 5'11", so I'm not really like in the range. If I was 6'2", man, oh boy,
You knock them dead.
I would have been in the NBA. I just would have been.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh well.
You're killing me. Oh my goodness.
Anyways.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to. My son said it's like wait. I said I can't wait till this case goes to court because that's where the real information will come out. And he said it's like somebody waiting for the release of Star Wars, the next movie.
No.
It's like 2027. It goes to trial.
Oh, it could be. Yeah. Sometimes it takes a long time for these to go to trial.
Yeah, I know. Like 3-4 years. I just want to say just the tragedy of them, people attacking Jack, just hoodie guy. The tragedy of them attacking them. I mean, it's just terrible because I just feel like I was very happy to hear that an arrest had been made. It made my day. And I just feel like they're going to have that letdown because this is what they needed is to hear, and all of us needed that somebody had been arrested. But, I mean, they're all still dead. And Kaylee's boyfriend was so close, you know?
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's going to be a very painful night for them. Even though it's great they were arrested or he was arrested, but I just feel like it's going to be a rough night.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him. I mean, there's just nothing good that comes from murders.
Well, it kind of gave him something to focus on for a while, But anyways, I got to get these other calls, but I appreciate it. You're always fun to talk to. You got me a little laughing a little bit. All right, have a good one.
You're awesome, Gray. Awesome.
All right, thank you. Have a good
Dead
one.
on.
All right, bye-bye.
Have a good one. Bye.
Bye. Let's see. Somebody wanted me to show the picture of the... Yeah, in the bar again. All right, so... That's not the guy right there, okay? This guy right here. I think that's actually Kaylee's boyfriend. I think it's likely him. That guy doesn't look like that. I mean, especially when you look at this picture right here, Like if you were just gonna, like, with that beard and everything, the same blue, the hat's almost identical. Got the, it's blurred out, but you can make out the general shape of that right there. So. Yeah, I don't think it's the guy at all. Yeah, let me get this other... 912, you're on.
Hello.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, Gray, this is Adam.
Adam? The Adam? I'm just kidding.
No, not that Adam.
Oh my God! I was like, "Whoa,
Obviously
the
not.
Adam's calling." Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I don't know. Have you heard of 4chan?
Yeah, I've heard of 4chan. Right up there with Reddit.
So I was on. Yeah, well, I was on Facebook earlier, and I had just decided to search this guy's name, and I think the guy may have ratted on himself.
Yeah, I don't think that's a
because
real
someone
thing.
posted something.
I don't know. Do you think that's real, even though it's from? I mean, it's
Well,
pretty disgusting.
It might. Have you seen it?
I saw like a screenshot or something. It just goes on about some weird crap, you know, with the fans and everything. Just.
Yeah. I don't know. That's all I was calling in about. I mean, it might be fake. I don't know, but I mean, I use Reddit from time to time. I don't ever really use it for like true crime stuff because there are some weirdos in that section of Reddit.
Yeah, it's probably good, like if you're looking for help on like computer programming or some sort of a technical thing, or you know.
Yeah, stuff that like Google just kind of gives you generic answers, so you could just always use Reddit and hear from different people's opinions. But anyways, yeah, I didn't know if you had seen this or not. That was the only reason why I was calling in. Maybe he.
I did see it, but I didn't want to read it about. I don't want to read it or anything.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna say what he said verbatim.
Yeah.
But it was pretty gross. But if it happened on December the 12th, then maybe they just pinged this dude's IP address and maybe that's how they got him. I don't know.
Well, I was just reading a minute ago. It sounds like they. CNN put out that they tracked him using genetic genealogy.
Huh.
Which is crazy. You know, that's exactly what we. I was suggesting at the beginning, like, why don't they just do a rapid track genetic genealogy? Just get his DNA, quickly get it sequenced, upload it to GEDmatch, get your best genealogy on it, and boom, you're already got a name within a week. You know, and
right.
So apparently they did something like that. So I don't know how long they've had the guy's name, but it's probably a lot longer than we think it was.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was the whole reason why they were kind of clearing people so fast, because they had their crosshairs on this guy. But I wonder how they got, like, because he wasn't in the system. He's never been arrested or anything like that before. So I mean, maybe he's given his DNA to.
Well, that's why you would do it. See, here's the thing: I don't know if you know how it works, but like
Not
this,
really.
yeah. So the way when you upload, so for everybody out there, the genetic genealogy works just like this. First, they take the perpetrator or the unknown the unsub, and take his DNA and create a CODIS. They upload it to CODIS and get the markers in there. Okay, that's how they do it for the criminal cases. So that's already in CODIS, so it's an unknown person. Then they take the DNA and they sequence it. Then you have to use this company called, so for example, when you use 23andMe and Ancestry, you've heard of those, right? When you you spit into this thing, and then you send it off, and then it puts your genetic information and compares it to different people and gives you all your relatives and everything. But what you can do from there is, because 23andMe and Ancestry do not work with law enforcement. They don't do it. However, you can download your raw data from 23andMe and Ancestry. Then you take that and you upload it to this two sites, one called GEDmatch and the other one is Ancestry DNA. So you just load up the raw data, and then it comes back with these matches. It'll say, like, here's so-and-so, they have a 200 centimorgan match, and that would make them like a second to third cousin or something like that. And it just gives you these matches, and then you start building out a tree to help find you. Whatever the sample you put in, it gives you the highest matches that come back. And so right now there's only 1.5 million people that actually took the time to download their raw data into this, and it still works really well. That's the crazy part. So if we had more sample in there, it'd be much easier and quicker to solve these cases. But so here's the thing. The thing is that raw data that I was telling you about that you can download from GEDmatch, or not from GEDmatch, from 23andMe. There's like this huge file that you download. Well, there's a company that can recreate that just having the DNA sequence. So they know how to convert it into the same look as that raw data that was downloaded from 23andMe, and then you can upload it to GEDmatch and then start doing your searches, because they don't there's no spit or anything like that. You're just finding blood, coming up with the sequence, and then this company creates the raw data upload. I know it's sort of complicated.
Yeah,
it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's really complicated. Like, I'm fascinated with true crime, and I've also always been fascinated with like DNA and stuff. But I've never really understood like how they ping how they find criminals decades later from like GD match and all, like from these databases.
That's awesome.
Because what's that?
Well, one time, this one of the ladies that solved these cases, she actually took the time and spent a few hours with me, and we pretended. See, I uploaded my raw data to GEDmatch, and I pretended that I was an unknown person, which is sort of cheating because I always knew who I am, you know. But below me are these matches, like 200 Centimorgan match, 150 and so forth, and you look each one of them up and you build out a family tree, and then eventually there might have been a Hughes that showed up, and then I would have went, oh, there I am, because that would be cheating. But these people don't even have a name. They just keep going and going and going until they have this whole tree built out, and they know which one it is. I think it's like once you can find somebody from each side of the family, they can really start narrowing in on somebody, the male and the mother and the father side.
Jeez.
So it's crazy.
Yeah, it's really
go ahead.
It's crazy how they can do that. Like how they're able to really get it off of like even sweat or just a drop, a little tiny piece of hair could really just get you caught. But I mean, obviously those people deserve to be caught. But I never wanted to do it though. Everyone always told me like, don't send your DNA to those places, and I mean, I don't mind because I don't, plan on doing any type of horrendous crime.
Yeah, those people are just paranoid. They're probably ones that wouldn't. There's nothing that goes. All they use it for. Yes, you actually have to sign up for law enforcement use too. Like they actually have a button that you have to press and choose that. If you don't do that, it's just for general use. It can't be used by law enforcement.
Right. Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind, if law enforcement, saw my DNA because, knowing my luck, I would have like an uncle or something in my family that maybe they could use my DNA to catch him or something. I don't know.
Exactly.
But,
it doesn't bother me a bit. It's like CCTV, right? If you're not out committing crimes, exactly. Why do you give a shit if they go back to look at video later?
Right. Yeah, I don't know, but the reason why people have told me not to do it is because they're like, well, if you allow law enforcement to see, they could just use your DNA and plant your DNA in a crime scene or something like that. I'm like, dude, you are watching like way too much Hollywood movies. Like you're real big into conspiracy theories. Not saying that there aren't dirty cops out there that would do that, but that's a long shot. But anyway, I just wanted to call about the 4chan. I didn't know if you had seen it or not. I mean, it might be legit. Who knows? But
could be. Oh, I hope it's not.
I don't know.
So.
Yeah, he's a weird looking fellow. I'll tell you that much. So.
Yeah, I think so. But anyways,
all right, man, well, you have a good night. I appreciate you taking my call.
Thank you, man. Have a good
all right,
one.
thanks. Bye.
Yeah, a lot of people think the Golden State Killer is the first time they used genetic genealogy, but Dr. Colleen Fitzpatrick's been doing it for a long time. Yeah, way before that. Let's see. Yeah, if you go to 23andMe or Ancestry, you can just download your raw data, and then you upload it to GEDmatch. And once you upload it to GEDmatch, you go to GEDmatch, and you look on the screen, and there's these... they don't put the name of the people, but they give you like an email address where you can communicate with them and figure out who they are somehow. Sometimes you can just look that up and find it. Some people put their name in there, but then you get that, and you use obituaries, Ancestry, or 23andMe website, Ancestry.com website, to get more information, birth certificates and everything. And you start building out these massive trees until you get it to the right place where your unknown DNA sample is located. And boom, you got a name. What's funny is they call it a lead. It's really the greatest lead in the history of mankind. It's like, here's the name of your killer. And then law enforcement at that point has to go out and put the case together to prove that makes sense. And then they compare his DNA to the CODIS markers. So once you get, okay, so hold on one second. I'll unmute you in a second. So the way it works is once they find the person, then law enforcement makes their case. I'm talking about the genealogist, comes up with a name. Law enforcement puts together the case against them. Then they clandestinely get a sample of their suspect's DNA. Then they upload it into CODIS, and then they get the match, right? So it's basically Ancestry allowed them to get the DNA sample from the person, the warrant to get it. Then they upload to CODIS, and you got the match, and you got a name. All right, 272, you're on. Hello. Oh, you got to unmute yourself, 272. You hit the *6. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
That's all right. What's going on? Who's this?
Just my question is, they have no information, just the father and mother, and no other information about the guy. But they were saying on Instagram, I think it was, or Twitter, that he was actually seeking help, that he was actually trying to get help for himself, and nobody paid attention to that. I don't know if you heard anything about that.
Well, I have these 3 little videos I was going to play from a friend here in a minute.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think a lot of times, I don't know. What do you think? That he looked for help, nobody gave it to him, so then he goes out and kills?
I really don't know. Like, it could be false accusations out there. Like, a lot of things could be blown out of proportion, I guess you call it. But it depends on the situation. I mean, he killed 4 people. I mean, that's something serious, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's my personal belief, is that if you go into a boarding house, I guess it was just a regular house, not a boarding house, and you go in there and you kill 4 people, that I think that's a big issue.
Well, I mean, it was a rental house. It was like a house that had 6 rooms in it, and they all had their own room, and it's a rental that was converted so that.
But it was part of the university, wasn't it?
See, I don't think so. I think somebody owned that house and was renting it out. It's off campus, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's my critical thinking, is that, to go in there with 6 people in the house, kill 4 and 2 alive, and then he was from Pennsylvania, like the Poconos or something.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's when they say I don't know what Poconos means. I mean, I know it's like a mountain range, but
something like that.
He just lives. Yeah, he lives out in Pennsylvania, near Scranton, actually.
Because that's where I live. I live in Scranton now.
Well, there you go. Go drive out there and check it out. See if he's got.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that, because why would you travel to Moscow to, and then come back here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, why did he pick that place to go to his doctorate degree? And,
yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, as far away as possible.
I thought he went to college out there. That's what I thought.
Yeah, but I only think it's weird that he would drive. It goes 2,500 miles to go to doctorate school in criminology or whatever, and you can go do that anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I don't understand. Like, why would you? Unless it was something online, he was following the girls online or something. And they were friends on Twitter, or what's the other one? Instagram. I know one girl was going live or something. She was going live on her phone. You can go live.
Mm-hmm. Scholarship.
I don't know what site that is. Is that Scout?
Yes.
What is it?
Which one? Instagram?
I think it's Instagram. Can't you go live on Instagram?
I
know Facebook you could.
Yeah.
But it's one of the sites she went live, and maybe he was following her, maybe they were following each other.
Yeah, it could have been.
And something went wrong or something in the between of that, because we don't know the whole information, the behind the scenes, texting and stuff, people calling each other,
Yeah. Yeah, everybody knows people travel for PhD programs, but there's no reason to travel 2,500 miles for one in criminal justice or whatever the hell he was in, criminology, whatever it was. I mean, he.
Yeah, it was criminology. I think it was a lawyer or something. And that someone was just telling me that's what Ted Bundy was into, lawyer. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, this is something different. I'm like,
yeah, he sounds.
This
nuts.
is way like we're in 2022 already. I mean, this is not this. Ted Bundy was like a lawyer. This kid was actually in my neighborhood, and you know, he went to travel that far away to kill 4 people.
Yeah, makes you wonder.
It doesn't make sense.
Makes you wonder if he chose it way over there.
It just makes me think of it.
Yeah, it makes you think he went over there because this was something he's been planning on doing. Because he just got there in August.
Unless he knew somebody out there. If he knew somebody out there, like, you know, friendship or, you know, relationships or something, maybe he knew a person out there, and he went out to visit, and then something went wrong. You know, maybe he didn't get what he was supposed to get, whatever, you know.
Well, he got there in August. Wouldn't it be weird if he had communicated with Kaylee and he was like, "Hey, man, I've got a degree, and you know, and I'm going for a doctorate," and she kind of acted interested, but you know, he's kind of weird and he didn't really get the signals right or whatever. And he goes all the way out there, and he gets there in August, and he's thinking there's going to be something going on, and then it just doesn't happen.
And everything, and everything blew up in his face. Yep.
Because he just got there in August. He just started there. So I mean, that's really soon.
He was up there in August, so he was up there in August. I didn't know he was in August. I didn't know he was up there.
Well, no, he was in August at the where the murders happened in like he just got done with college in Pennsylvania and his master's degree.
Yeah, he saw that.
And then in August he went all the way out to Pullman, Washington, 2,500 miles away. Seems like it's all related, all done intentionally.
Yeah, that seems intentionally, like just to go out there, unless it was like they knew each other, you know, like people like knew him or something, and he came out there.
Right.
That's what it seems like to me. Like he had to know somebody. Like I don't think a person would just get up and just go out there unless they had to go, you know, with their degree or something. But I mean, why would you kill 4 people unless you don't? Like, unless it was like they were saying on news, targeted attack, like one person. But they killed 4 people. So out of the 4 people,
well,
and there were 2 alive, right? There was 6 people in the house.
Yeah, but it could be that he went there to kill one person. It's possible he went there to kill one, and then when he found the one he was looking for, she was with another person and had to kill that person, and then maybe stumbled upon the other ones too. But to me, it seems more likely now that the 4 that were killed because they were the ones that were awake after 1:45.
Yeah, that's what it seems like to me too. Yeah, because they were still awake.
Yeah, because the other 2 girls got home at 1 and went to sleep, and they lived. Now they also lived on.
They probably locked their door too, so maybe he didn't want to make any noise to try to break the door in or anything.
Yeah, well, apparently they locked their doors after they heard something, so it could just be that this guy could have got into the house at a different time, like 2:30 or something, and they saw him in there, and he was just acting sort of okay or something. I mean, I don't really know, but there's got to be a reason that he killed all 4. So did they see him for a minute, and he had to make sure he killed all the people that saw him while he was in that house? So
that could be true too. Yeah, that could be actually because they saw his face and he didn't want to be notified who he was, and then he did what he did, and then he took off. And that was his white car, right?
Yeah, yep, that was his.
That was his car, yeah. They had a dog in there. What was going on with the dog? Did anybody?
The dog was in Kaylee's room. See, it could be a scenario where this guy was attacking.
No, I mean the dog that was in the car that was crashed.
I don't know what that means.
They said there was a dog in the car, in the white car.
Who said that? I didn't hear anything about it.
On the news, they said there was a dog in there.
When they pulled him over?
In the white car.
Well,
when they found the car when it was crashed.
Oh, that car wasn't related. That one wasn't related. The one in Eugene, Oregon.
But the dog was there was no dog in there.
Well, I don't know if there was or not, but that
In
car
the
had
car?
nothing to do with that. Car in Eugene had nothing
Oh,
to
it
do
had
with
nothing to do with it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was just after the murder, a car zipped by the A&W, then a gas station, an Exxon, I think.
Yeah.
And then it was heading east
Yeah, I
on
saw
Highway
that. Yeah,
8.
I saw that video.
Yeah. So, all right. Anyways.
All right. Well, thank you for taking my call. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Have a good one. See you. Bye.
All right. Have a good one.
So here are, let me play these videos here. I think he just had something messed up there. So I don't know the order of these. Here's one.
Something that you knew about him 5 to 10 years ago have to do with anything. The point of the matter is the police want anyone who knew him to reach out to try to get an idea of who he was, regardless of if it was 5 to 10 years ago or 3.
Let me get the right order here.
More on this.
No, it's this one.
Okay. I don't have many followers, so I'm not sure who this is going to reach out to. But regarding the case of the 4 Idaho students that were slain and the arrest that was made, I used to be friends with Bryan Kohberger during my middle and high school years. And then before anyone comes at me and says that I'm just running for clout, I'm not. I have pictures that I will show you. I have screenshots that I will
get
show
so
you.
tired of the whole clout chasing comment.
I have yearbook pictures that I show you. I went to school with the kid. I was friends with him. I wouldn't
And somebody named Helen sent this to me.
make something like this up. I am just in absolute shock right now. I was heading to lunch when my mom called me, and immediately I knew something was off because I have the type of family that we don't call each other. So if someone does call someone, we know something's bad. She called me and asked me about the murders. I didn't know where she was going with it until she said that it was Bryan Kohberger, and naturally I freaked out and called about 8 of my friends. My brother was really good friends with him. My other friend Brandon was really good friends with him. I'm gonna have a picture of him with him on the green screen as well. I'm shaking still, but anyway, let me show you. This is Brandon, the one I was just talking about.
That's him
his
right
wife
there.
Brianna, that's me. This was back in 2017. Obviously that's Bryan. Still has the dead face that it's the eyes. I don't know. But when I spoke to him back in 2017, he was clean. He was a heavy heroin user back in high school.
Oh,
and
doesn't look like a
it
heroin
was just
user.
nice to see the kid clean up. And at that time, he said he was doing security detail. I believe it was out of school is what he told me. But he seemed like he was better. Obviously, that wasn't true. Here's another picture from a party that we had at Brandon's house. That's Bryan there. He used to be a bigger kid as well.
Hey, by the way, can you guys hit the like button for me? And also, if you're out there, can you hit the subscribe button? I'm trying to get to the elusive 100,000 subscriber number, and we got 625 to go.
But again, that's him. And then at the same wedding, I'm here, but he's back there. He was sitting at the same table as me and my mother. But he is back there enjoying a drink. I was sitting right next to him. We talked. He seemed fine. My mom's here, but he's back there. He was sitting at the same table as me and my mother. But he is back there enjoying a drink. I was sitting right next to him. We talked. He seemed fine. My mom sent me the old school yearbook. That was him. Bryan Kohberger. That's him. He went to Pleasant Valley. Graduated with, I think, my friend Christopher. A year older. Sorry, younger than me. This is when he nonchalantly decided to make me drive him around the Poconos for heroin, and I had no idea. I thought I was just doing a nice deed because he needed something, and it turns out that he was getting heroin. Sorry, I'm like, my voice is shaking. I might make a part 2. I probably have to. I don't have a 6-minute feature. I only have a 3-minute feature. I also talk really fast, so I'm sorry.
All right. Well, that's one of them. Then we've got... Is it this one? I don't know what's the order.
More on this. I don't really know what to say in this situation because it's so fucking crazy. I'm not
That would be
trying to
weird.
put any names out there. Like, I'm not trying to get like my friends involved, But it's crazy when you sit there and you realize that the person.
You have food poisoning now? Jesus. That's crazy. 8675309. I've had food poisoning before. It's not good. Not good at all.
And that was in your parents' home, in your friend's home. You were in their car. You were in his house. I knew his mom. She was a substitute teacher at Pleasant Valley.
Let me read it for you. It says, awesome coverage as always. Just been listening along. I have food poisoning. Vomit face. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up.
It's crazy to think that, I don't know. It's again, he obviously no longer has a Facebook, but they still allow you to filter old messages. Here's something. I invited him to a party back in 2014. He seemed fine. It's crazy just what can switch in someone's brain. Again, after the whole heroin incident, I didn't know that he was literally making me drive to get him heroin until Brendan told me. So I messaged him a pretty rotten message just because I was pissed. I didn't know there was fucking heroin in my car. But this was, again, 2013.
Yes.
I was 2 years.
I just turned that on.
Coverage, as always. Just been listening along. I have food poisoning. Flushed face.
Oh, there it is.
Vomiting face. Vomit face. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up.
That's always funny when you hear the written version of that. And Michelle asks,
This is a relief. Thanks for the live and hard work, Gray.
well, thank you.
Graduated from high school. He then said he was in rehab. He would randomly message me after that. This is him mentioning he wanted to study criminal justice. Again, back in 2013, he was already hoping to do that, and then that obviously fell through because he said he went to rehab. But apparently he went back at it, and again in 2017, that's when it seemed like everything was fine and he was doing great for himself. So it was kind of crazy that this fucking happened. But yeah, this is also talking about, hanging out with Bryan, chilling with them, and then Brandon said they're like not friends anymore, and this happened a lot because of what he was doing, his addiction, and he had some anger issues. I know he did kickboxing to kind of help with that, but again, I wish I had more pictures. I'm sure I have plenty from MySpace days, but for some reason I cannot get onto my MySpace. When I click to search, it just gives me like broken photos, and I'm sure I had more pictures with him because, again, I did a lot with him. We hiked a mountain by my parents' house together. He mentioned that in one of the messages I had with him. Again, I'm so sorry if this is really fast. I don't really know what to say.
Wait, can I ask you guys something? How much is a Kia Forte like a clone of a Honda Elantra? Right here? I mean, look at that car right there. Let me see. I mean, it looks almost identical. Honda, Hyundai, excuse me. My God, they look almost identical. Look at that. Let me do the 2000.
Almost there, Gray. 100k. Celebratory hands in the air. Get you a Starbucks or something.
Well, thank you. Man, look how similar that looks. See that? I mean, that looks almost identical to the. So that's the weird part is, the father owned a. I don't know what color it is. Looks like it might be black though, but it was a Kia Forte, 2013 Kia Forte, which is pretty interesting. But all right.
This never happened to me before. I really didn't have old friend of a murderer on my 2022 bingo list. So, yeah, that's him.
Yeah, I totally get how she's feeling. It's weird.
So someone had commented and said that what does something that
What a dumb comment that she got.
You knew about him 5 to 10 years ago have to do with anything. The point of the matter is the police want anyone who knew him to reach out to try to get an idea of who he was. Regardless of if it was 5 to 10 years ago or 3 minutes ago, like, they want to know. They want to be able to piece it together. And even if it doesn't really help them because it's that long ago, at the end of the day, I knew him. I was friends with him. And I'm not trying to turn this into a whole, I knew him. Oh my God. Nothing like that. I want to be able to get my statement across. I want to be able to, like, show my story, tell my story. I want my friends to be able to tell my story. I want my brother to, my mom to, which, by the way, my mom and my brother both had called the tip line and gave them their statements. I have a whole freaking novel typed out in my freaking email with the screenshots,
I think that's why the videos
which are like
gone.
25, by the way.
No.
I just want to be able to make sure that...
Gosh, shit. Oops.
So someone had come, I have a whole freaking novel, 25, by the way. I don't know how to explain it. I just want to be able to make sure that I can convey what I know. If it helps or if it doesn't. At the end of the day, there were 4 victims who were brutally murdered. Their families, their friends, they want answers. And I have answers. Maybe not of why he did it, but I know who he was. And I just want to be able to, I don't know. And then someone else said I might get subpoenaed because of the video. Fuck it. Send me a subpoena. I'll make my statement. I'll look him dead in the eye and tell him what a piece of shit he is. You can rot in fucking hell. And then, is it only these 4 people that he killed? I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
At the end of the day, it's terrifying, and I'm gonna need more than melatonin to sleep tonight. Definitely. Beats me because, you know, thankful I invited him to a party in 2014. He's like, you know, I love you guys. Always will, you know, even if we stop talking one day. That scares me for some reason. It should put me at peace. Should put me at ease, but I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know.
Pretty crazy. There he is, Bryan Kohberger. Effort PA. Favorite memory or quote. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Yeah. Yeah, I stopped with the aliens, the alien abduction theories. So here he is again, Bryan Christopher Kohberger, teaching assistant. So that means, like, you know, he might be grading papers and so forth. Graduate, Wilson Short Hall, Pullman, Washington. So, you know, he actually had a whole wse.edu email address and everything. All right, Carly, you're on. Hello, Carly. Carly. Hello, Carly.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's going on?
Hey. Well, you know, I just wanted to chime in. It's really neither here nor there, but maybe the way that this guy left. I'm kind of with you in that I think he left immediately to Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think he went south based on all the video evidence?
What do you mean? Well, the video evidence goes east on Highway 8.
Oh, east, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of I was kind of looking up the fastest way to Pennsylvania.
It goes north. I mean, yeah, when you look at that, it goes north, but there's ways if you go east. We had a caller earlier today talking about you'd go to Troy there to the east, and then go down 99. Probably at that point you'd get on to Highway 3, and then let's see, man, it gets kind of nutty. I mean, there's all kinds of craziness. You probably have to go down to like Spalding and La Paz. Go down. Gets kind of complicated. that direction. The other one has more freeways going on, but you need to get to Highway 12 over here, and then it allows you to get onto 90 and start heading out the direction.
Yeah, I just wanted to chime in. I'm not going to give my exact location, but I live sort of at the intersection of Moscow and western Montana, and I'm familiar with both the Highway 90 and the Highway 12 routes. I've done a bunch of bird surveys in those mountains, the Nez Perce Forest back in 2017 and 18. I've been up to Elk River and Pierce and all along Highway 12 and all that.
My nephew's is into that. He's like I think he's an ornithologist, studies. And
I was looking for a bunch of kind of forest bird species up in there. That forest up there is some of the most remote, rugged country in the lower 48. I think it's just crazy. But I just wanted to, I think if he left directly, Highway 12, you certainly wouldn't be seen there, but that's a lone, desolate stretch of about 3 or 4 hours until you get to Highway 90. And I just wonder, man, if he had broke down or something along there, Highway 12, it's like, would he just be screwed completely? Whereas Highway 90, up near Coeur d'Alene to western Montana, you have more intermittent service here and there. So it's neither here nor there. It's just I'm kind of curious because
it'd be interesting to know, because they probably would have had him on camera in various places.
Yeah, maybe we'll learn in the probable cause. I'm not sure.
Hope so.
Yeah, me too. So, anyways, I just wanted to briefly comment on that. It's kind of crazy, I won't give my exact location, but if he went the fastest way to Pennsylvania, which Google Maps or whatever says, he at one point would have been within a quarter mile of my house. So that's pretty spooky to.
It's amazing how far you have to go out of the way to get to start heading east. I mean, the quick way you have to drive let me see, what is this? About 70 miles directly north. Then you can go east on 90. It's crazy.
Yeah. If he had went due south towards Boise or whatever it was, it's like I just don't know if that route would make any sense. So I'm of the opinion that he went on 90 somewhere, just who knows where. So anyways, I just wanted to comment on that. I've been following you for, I've called in here or there, but I generally don't call in. I maybe in 5 years I've called in 3 or 4 times, but
well, cool. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
5 years, huh? What are you doing? Driving around, going to your next bird site, listening?
Well, I do bears now. I went from birds to bears. There's a lot of bears in up there, so
well, you're officially nuts. Okay. What in the hell are you doing, man?
Oh man. No, I first started with the heart case way back in the day.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and just kept going since then. So I really appreciate it. Keep up the good work, and I'll let you go. So thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good one.
Yeah. All right. Have a good
luck
bye.
out there. All right. See you.
All right, bye.
Yeah, look out for those bears. Yeah, it's like the last thing that I'd want to go study, Come here, little bear. Forget it. Call in user.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hi. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Oh, hi. I came across your channel. I think it was like this week.
Uh-huh.
And I've always been fascinated by people who commit crimes and get away with crime, right?
Yeah.
So I've been fascinated with this since the early 2000s.
Oh yeah.
And so I know a lot about true crime and pretty much all the different killers that are out there, right? So this case, I found it to be very interesting when I first heard about it, a month ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that YouTube, for example, had such a huge true crime audience. I didn't know that existed till like I started like going on YouTube live streams. So I thought that was very interesting.
Well, that's cool.
And yeah, I like your channel. One of the way I came upon your channel is that I was trying to look up like the house. I was trying to get information about like the house where the killing happened. And I see that you do like 3D modeling and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I thought that was very cool because I do like 3D animation, you know, so.
Yeah, and it took a long time to learn how to do it, you know, to actually comfortably move things around and stuff. It takes a while.
Yeah, I use like Maya.
I learned Maya when I went to it's so weird how, you know, like Maya and 3D. I use 3D Studio Max. They're owned by the same people, but they have different commands. Like when you're moving around, like, you know, hit the Alt key to move. You know, kind of move around an object or something. You know, I don't know, but it's weird how they would make them different in two very similar programs like that.
Yeah, I think like 3D Max it's like it's more for like game developers. For you to take like your character. Maya is more for like architecture, more advanced.
Well, like movies. I mean, I think it's a little higher end or something. Although,
but I really like how you modeled the house. I thought you did a really good job with that.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
But yeah, I think I was surprised that they caught the killer so fast. I had an idea that the killer was in law enforcement. I just had that feeling that this killer has to be involved in law enforcement somehow. You know, because like if you look at the BTK killer and you look at Ted Bundy, there's like a trend. They like to be in positions of power and like control people. So for me, when I first heard about the case, and this is pretty much a mass killing, right? When you have a mass killing.
I can't really call him a serial killer, but he might have the mentality of one. But it was a mass killing.
They tend to use a gun.
Well, the thing is, it's like a mass killing. See, when somebody goes in a shooting rampage inside a house, I don't consider it the same thing, even though technically it's a mass shooting. This one has a different sort of I don't know what you call it, like a feeling to it, where the guy is there for different reasons than just sort of angry at somebody and just started shooting. This guy went in with a knife and killed 4 people.
Yeah. That's the reason why this case has so much attention, because this is a mass murderer who used a knife and not a gun. And I think there's going to be a lot of research being done on this guy.
Yeah.
And hopefully they keep him alive, because I think there's a lot to learn about this killer.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I think you might be onto something there. He was in criminology, and he's going to be studied in the same classes that he thought he was going to be attending. How do you like that?
Exactly. And you know who his lawyer might be? It might be a fellow classmate.
Oh, jeez, that'd be
you
crazy.
Know?
Yeah.
A fellow classmate, you know. But I think this is like a very unique killer, and I think they need to keep him alive, because there's so much to be learned from him.
Yeah, like why did he just do that?
Because you gotta think of it like this: there's a lot of serial killers out there that they're never caught. They're never going to be caught. You know.
Yeah, and they got one right there. They could just they should have probably kept Bundy alive, actually, right? I mean,
that was
what's the position. There's no purpose really just to kill him, because it's like, I mean, it does punish him, but I mean, just give him life without parole and just use him to bounce thoughts off of and use as a resource or something.
Yeah, I understand why we have the death penalty.
Yeah,
I understand, like, if you commit like a horrendous crime, and he's probably going to get the death penalty, which is a shame, you know, because, like I said, I think there's a lot to learn about him.
Well, I mean, I think you should, if people get the death penalty, it should be him. If you want to not give it to him for other reasons to help if it can actually help stop other killers, then maybe it would be worth it not to. But it wouldn't make me feel bad if they executed him. You know.
Yeah, I'm not trying to like give petty to him. I think what he did was horrible, but I think he can help in solving future crimes. You know what I mean? Because you gotta think of him like a Hannibal Lecter type of like character. This is a guy who studied criminology, right? So he pretty much knows about like other killers, you know? I'm pretty sure he knows about Ted Bundy. He knows about the Zodiac, Son of Sam, BTK. You know, the list. It's a very long list. But
you forgot Ed Kemper.
But I just want to exactly. Oh, that's a sick motherfucker.
Yeah, that guy's a crazy.
He's still alive, right?
I think so. But, yeah, he's messed up. That guy. I gotta tell you.
I heard.
I like how he said he got all religious. He's like, "Hey, I've been studying the Bible now. Really? Hey, listen, Ed. Hey, Ed Kemper. God doesn't give a shit that you looked at the Bible today. Okay? He knows what you did. He's not helping you out. Sorry, guy."
Isn't it funny how like they all find religion once they're in prison? The same thing with Son of Sam.
Yeah, and Dahmer.
The son of
Dahmer did that.
Yeah,
too.
the son of hope.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's known as in prison. The son of hope.
It's like Dahmer was like, "Hey, you know, and I've really found God in here, right? Yeah. No, I'm sorry, Dahmer. God's looking the other way. It doesn't matter how many times you praise this and praise that and read this and read that. He's not interested." Yeah.
But I think this is a case, the Idaho killing. This is going to be a case that is going to be talked about in 20, 30, who knows, maybe 100 years. Because this is like a very unique case.
It is kind of unique.
You know?
Bundy did something similar, but that was unique too. You know, this is really strange. I mean, he also had that one guy. What was his name? Speck or
everyone's
something.
Like, oh, sorry, you keep going.
No, go ahead.
But I was gonna say, the unique thing about this case, like how you stated before, it's a mass killing, but with a knife. You know, you don't really see that.
Yeah, you don't.
You might see that with like a drug addict, you know, in Florida or something like that, where like people like, you know, they take bath salts. But like this is like a very unique case because you have someone who's studying criminology, you know, and they're trying to get into the mind of a killer. And yet, like, I haven't like looked at all the news based on this guy, but like I heard like he did something on the Reddit where like he was trying to do some research, pretty much like trying to get people to volunteer or like at felons about like how does it feel to kill.
We kind of went over that.
So obviously
earlier.
Yeah. So obviously, this killer is trying to like, it's like a drug, you know what I mean? He has like this urge, but somehow he's trying to suppress this urge by like studying criminology. So he's trying to do like a good deed. Okay, I'm trying to get into.
Yeah, like maybe he's trying to get into the mind of the person so that he can control that mind. But it could also be that he's but he could also be doing it to learn how to get away with it. Like, what are the techniques that they would use to find? So he's using it, or he could be doing both, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess if he was trying to not get caught, or if he was trying to calm his own mind down by taking those, then he wouldn't be worried about the not getting caught part of it. So I don't really know. But it's either one.
I wonder if he wanted to get caught though. Did he want to get caught? You know, because like he seems like a very smart guy. You know, like he already has a bachelor's degree in this field, so he knows like DNA evidence as this, you know. So if you're going to commit a crime, DNA evidence.
No, sorry, that was I have to open up the version.
Oh no,
because I'm going to donate some memberships here. So go ahead. I had to open up another version of the show so I could donate, because the button only works if you open up a stream. So sorry about that. Go ahead, finish what you were saying there.
Oh, no, that's all right. What I was saying is that he's not a dumb person, you know. Like, he has a bachelor's degree. He must know about DNA, you know. Like, I'm hearing rumors that, like, his sister supposedly lived in the area. You know, I don't know how true that is. You know, you can't rely much about, like, gossiping in the internet. Like, a lot of people don't know much about, like, what they're talking about. But I just find it fascinating that this is a guy who has a bachelor's degree in criminology, right? And pretty much he did this killing, you could say, as research. And I think that's going to be his defense.
Well, he sort of said something like that. He said he took a year off to do research. Like, well, how? Because you're not in school. So what are you researching? Killing people? So you can, I mean, that's really strange, you know?
That's going to be his defense.
What about you? Are you taking any schooling in that? Or you should, man. It sounds like it's a passion of yours.
I go to school, but not for that. But I just think I think his defense will be that he was conducting research, that he couldn't tell from reality what he was doing. He thought that what he was doing was good, and ultimately I think he's gonna get the insanity plea, and he's gonna win.
I don't think he's not gonna win. He has no chance of winning that. This guy knew what he was doing. He's not.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know, but that doesn't really work that often. It has to be really specific circumstances. This guy knew exactly what he's doing. I mean, hell, he's in the PhD teacher's assistant. You know, he's not just sort of mumbling.
You never know you never know what they might find in his apartment. You know, they might find something that is insane. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you never know. You never know. But anyways, I gotta get these other callers. But you were really interesting. It was really interesting talking to you.
Yeah, you too.
Let's call in again
keep
sometime.
Up the good work in the channel.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm glad you like my 3D modeling. So you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, man. All right, have a good one. Appreciate it. Talk to you later.
All right, man.
Bye. All right. That guy was cool. Forgot his name. Does anybody remember his name? Did he say his name when he called in? I like that guy. He was interesting. All right, 631, you're on.
Hi, Gray. How are you? This is Lori.
How's it going? This is Gray.
No, I have an excuse. I have pneumonia and bronchitis.
Oh, okay.
But I'm starting to feel better today. I've been on medicine since yesterday.
I'll help you feel better.
Thank you. I just wanted to weigh in on the two surviving roommates and why their lives were spared. I believe that he just didn't know they were there. For the simple fact they got home way earlier, almost 2 hours earlier, and were probably in bed, sleeping.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like the reason the four that were killed got home after 1:45.
Yeah, and I'm just eager to find out, did he because I'm pretty sure he stalked these girls, either Kaylee or Madison, in my opinion, before he, days before he actually did this. But I'm eager to find out, did he follow them home that night, or was he already there waiting, like between 2 and, when they got home? And then you have the 4 cars outside, which maybe he thought 4 people, because he probably did see, if he's, in the backyard stalking, waiting for them to go to bed, he probably did see the other 2, Xana and Ethan, in the kitchen with the other 2 girls. So he just figured the 4 were the only ones home. And I don't think there's much more to it when it comes to the other two. I don't know if that was said previously. I wasn't listening to the previous callers. But
Yeah, we just said he was probably up there watching who was at the house and then waited for the lights to turn off and then waited another half hour and then went in.
Yeah. And yeah, that's what I think. It's been my theory. I had my suspicions about other people a little bit, but it's been my theory that it was a stalker who lived or went to school nearby or to their school, but not in their group of friends or anything. So when I found this out, I was like, oh my God. And then I live in the tri-state. I'm like 10 minutes from Pennsylvania, which is a huge state, but to find out he lives so close over here is very weird because he drove a long, long time to get home after that.
Yeah.
But I'll let you get to your other callers. I just wanted to give my little
well, good.
opinion on the roommates. And
You're
I
in
love
there.
your channel.
Well, thank you.
What
do you like about it?
You.
What do you like about it? Because some people just absolutely hate my guts. What is it that you like?
I've been watching you since Kanika Jenkins when you came out with the model of her walking through the hotel.
Yeah.
And you were the only one when I was watching. Like, I was watching a couple of other channels, but everybody was going off with, I've called before, they're going off with their crazy, bizarre, twisted theories, and you were the only one in my head that thought rationally, realistically, that it wasn't anything crazy. It was just simple. You didn't add anything to it. You went right to and you did your animations. Oh, I loved it.
Well, it's cool.
Not that it happened.
I always felt like, I remember I actually changed a lot of people's minds that were so the other way. They were like, man, did you guys see? You'd actually hear them on these other channels say, did you guys see what Gray put out? And they would go, oh, he's ops, man. He's this and that. And they go, I don't know. It made too much sense to not be, So then people started looking for other angles. I got it down to where the angles people would look at are just these really tight things, like, which are, but it was the crazy stuff that was going on was, well, it was pure lunacy is what it was.
But that's your answer. That's what I like about you versus these other channels.
Well,
you get right to the point. You don't make stuff up for more viewers, which makes me think, why don't you have 100,000 yet?
Well, because there's people that don't
You should have been there already.
Well, I guess what the problem is for me is there's so many months where I just cover random old cold cases, right? Where other people cover popular cases during that whole time, and they get the benefit of that, like they might get 3,000 a month subscribers, and I might have gotten 400 to 600 because people are just like, But
even though you can be a little stern and right up front to the point, I feel like your heart is more in it than most people for that reason too. You're not doing it to what's the word, to make anything off of it and make stuff up about it just for more viewers. You do it and you tell it how it is.
Yeah, I mean, I feel fortunate because I'm doing it because I love doing it. I love all the freaks and everybody. The thing is at this point, I do make money. I mean, I have a monetized YouTube channel, but I also donate.
But you donate.
I donate a lot of money too. So it's not like that's all it is. It's just me, gimme. It's we have goals that we're doing. I mean, at least I'm trying to, make it so that all of us are making a difference. And
that's great. See, like other channels, they don't do stuff like that for the most part.
Yeah, not really. They might have. The difference is they don't feel the pain. Like they'll do a fundraiser, like do hey everybody, let's go to the GoFundMe or something, but it never affects like their income. So mine, I try to bring in income so that I can actually, it's probably more so that I could bring in and be able to donate money too. So I donate. Now this year we're already at like 55,000 or something, so we're going to get over 60 for the year, so that's pretty good. That's an average of I don't know, what is that, 5,000 a month average.
That's great. Yes, I've been watching you since Kanika, and I just became a member today.
Well, thank you.
I was like, let me do that for him. But
that's very
let me
nice,
go.
yeah.
Let me let you go. Get to your other callers. Just I wanted to say Happy New Year to you.
Are you
Thank
where are you
again
living?
for
You live in New
everything you
York?
do.
Do you live in New York?
Yeah, I'm in New York.
I could hear it by the callers. You said it differently. Yeah, I knew it. Damn, I'm such a sleuth.
I'm from Long Island. We just moved up state a little bit,
Oh, cool.
close to the tri-state area.
Oh,
That's
very
why I said I'm like 10 minutes from PA.
Oh, very cool. Well, hey, thanks for the nice words and thanks for calling in. Appreciate it.
All right. Take care.
Have a good night. See you. Bye. All right. Very cool. All right, 727, you're on.
Hi, Gray. I just wanted to say from the very beginning of this case, it reminded me of Danny Rawlings, the Gainesville, whatever they called him, Ripper, Gainesville Ripper.
Mm-hmm.
But he's more like
Yeah, I think I have.
more like a Bundy cross, I think.
Danny Rawlings? Danny Rawlings?
Yeah, Rawlings in Gainesville, Florida. I live in Florida. I've lived here a long time. So it's like in the 90s. But he killed a bunch of college girls, and I think a guy, too. But it's many years ago, and he pled guilty. They didn't even go to trial. He was going to go to trial, and he pled guilty, and it just blew everybody away. He admitted it.
I have a different
But
case
it's
of a
many
guy
years
named Danny Rawling, Rolling. Yeah, there's no S.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same guy, though.
Okay.
I think it's
If
just
I
a
said
different
S, I
case.
didn't.
That's funny.
Yeah. You know who I'm talking about anyway.
Well, no, what I'm saying is
But
I
it's
think
just-
what I'm telling you is I have a different case that isn't even the same guy with the same name, though. There's like Danny Rawlings, 1976, with his wife and daughter. I don't think it's the
Okay,
same
no.
guy. I don't know.
No, that's not him. No.
Yeah.
No, this is in Gainesville, Florida. But his name was, I'm pretty sure it was Danny Rawlings. Rawlings.
With an S at the end, right? This guy didn't have that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But he pled guilty, so it wasn't a huge thing, and they kind of kept it hush-hush because, nobody was going to send their kids there anymore if there was, a mass murder. And it took them 2 years to find him, too. So this is remarkable to me that they found him that fast, and I think it's a lot due to the woman at the gas station. And then there was another tip apparently in Pennsylvania about the car recently that she was in another show. She called in and said, I saw a Washington plate car that fits the description, and she was freaking out. And they said, call the FBI. So I'm wondering if that didn't get them onto him.
Is his name
I guess it'll come out.
There's a Danny Harold Rawling?
Yeah, that might be it.
Because
I haven't looked
have
at
him
it.
in Louisiana, though. Like, it's...
No, there was one in Gainesville, Florida. He killed a bunch of co-eds.
Wow, this is...
I don't remember exactly the year, but it was in the 90s. My kids were little, and they're in their 30s now, so I remember that happening quite well.
Wow, this is so weird.
And I live about 2 hours from Gainesville, so it was fairly close,
Oh, Rawlings.
to me. But it just I couldn't see that the boyfriend or anyone close to them had done it. Oh, and I also heard today that he did follow two of the girls on Instagram, and they showed the video of his Instagram with them on it.
Who?
So, the killer, this guy today.
Oh, I don't know. It's hard to believe any of that stuff.
Well, they showed his Instagram, and they pulled up their names on it. So
yeah, I saw that they were like the following or something. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, he was following two of them.
Yeah, I don't know if that's real or not. I saw what you're saying, but there's these people that just
Well,
go
it's
out.
only 10 miles. He was only going to school 10 miles from them, and they said the students would go back and forth because it was so close.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that those little things like that, people create fake accounts, and then it looks like they like
that's true.
somebody. So I think it's totally fake, actually, in this case.
That could be. I don't know. I'm just saying what I saw today, that if someone looked him up.
Mm-hmm.
When it first came out, it was crazy. I was so happy because these families need justice. And they'll never get their family members back, but let's pray they have enough to convict him.
Yeah.
And that's about all I got to say, but I'm just glad they got him, if he is the one. And, of course, you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. I just hope they have enough to prove him guilty.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they'll get him. Appreciate you calling in. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, thanks. Yeah, have a great evening and Happy New Year.
You too. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
I'm just going to get these last 3 calls here. By the way, let me do the... from the last show, I was going to donate some memberships here. So, just a second. Here we go. 10 memberships from the last show earlier today. And here we go. The freaks gave away their chance to win prizes to get 10 memberships out there for people out there that want to become channel members. There you go. We got Ash Axion, Ellie Faust, I Want Heart to Touch, Angie Gramlin. I can't, now they're going by too quick. Yeah, thank you, Barbara Mooney. All right, 803, you're on.
Hey, what's up? Really enjoy your stream. Thanks for taking my call. I'm just wondering if you could explain to me something. Everybody seems to be jumping to conclusions. Like, how do we know that this wasn't? Just if I could be real quick, my uncle was working, doing some wiring in the house, and he got electrocuted, and his wife came in, and she got electrocuted trying to pull him off of it. And then their son came in and tried to pull her off. They all 3 got electrocuted, and a 4th person also died, but they had fallen down trying to get out of the house. How do we know this wasn't an accident, and why are we jumping to murder all of a sudden with this David Lynch guy or whoever it is?
Oh, well, it's just really obvious. They're all stabbed to death, and their skin was ripped. Their skin was like ripped out. And they were found in 2 different rooms. How could it possibly be an accident? Yeah, give me a scenario that makes it an accident.
Well, I mean, it's the most common form of death in America.
What is?
It's the law of averages. Accidents.
No, I know, but give me a scenario that makes this an accident. You must be a troll, aren't you? Come on, man.
What are you talking about? Why you calling me names?
Well, I call you name, but you have to be a troll to say that could be an accident with
you want a scenario
4 people stabbed to death, and they're both 2
people?
found in one room and 2 found in another room. How's that happen?
Well, they didn't die immediately when they were, they might have been horseplaying with a knife, get cut, and, start stumbling off. I just think it's a little bit presumptuous.
I don't think so.
Say somebody killed somebody, that's all.
They were pretty good, man. That was pretty good. All right, man. Have a good one. I'm not going to do it. All right, 6141 or whatever. Is this one Australia?
G'day, how are you?
Yeah, there you go. Got to turn down that audio though in the background.
I am. I'm turning it down now. Sorry, mate. There you go. Hi, it's Paul K from Melbourne. How you doing?
Yep, not too bad. Not too bad.
Well, he was a wacko.
Well, that was crazy. An accident, really? I think it was
an accident.
I think they were
really?
intentionally just being goofy. Is what they're doing.
I just have a couple of observations. People are wondering perhaps why he's gone from Pennsylvania to do his PhD at WSU. As far as I don't know much about the American sort of college system. Here in Australia and Europe, you have to bid or you have to apply for a PhD. Someone has to sponsor you for the PhD. So I'm wondering whether that's the reason why he's gone from Pennsylvania to WSU to do his PhD, because someone sponsored him to do his PhD. And then perhaps in doing his PhD, he's earning money and then perhaps correcting the students' papers at Idaho, and perhaps that's where he's come across the girls. I wonder.
Well, I mean, he was at school at Washington State University as a teacher's assistant.
Yeah.
So that's where he'd be grading grading papers, not over in Idaho.
But do they cross over at all? You'd like to make money?
I don't think so. They're kind of like rivals.
They don't? Okay.
Yeah.
Are they rivals? Okay.
Yeah, they're just
right.
totally
I just thought
completely
perhaps
different.
he might be earning some more money this is just a thought that he may have been trying to earn some more money and grading papers, and the Idaho have employed him perhaps to grade papers, and that's where he's come across the two girls perhaps.
Yeah.
That was my thought, but that's, I could be totally wrong.
But he could be just doing something like online, maybe, or just could be one night he drove over there and was looking around for a good spot to spy on girls, maybe undressing in their house, because you can see right through their windows, and he would go there, and he just got really worked up, and maybe there was a time where he was somewhere and he tried to make a move and got kind of rejected, and I don't really know. Or it's just like this guy is just, he wanted to see what it was like one time.
Perhaps. And perhaps he was. It sounds a bit silly, I know, but perhaps he was modelling himself on Silence of the Lambs character, who actually was a killer himself, but it turned out to Hannibal Lecter. It turned out to be a doctor of psychology and psychiatry, and he helped with with murders in the book. Perhaps he thought himself as a Hannibal Lecter. Perhaps, I wonder.
Yeah, who knows? God, I hope not.
Who knows?
Yeah.
To all my Australian friends out there who are watching, please like Ray. He's a great guy, and he does genuine true crime. So if you're in Aussie, Melbourne, Sydney, Adelaide, Perth, Hobart, or wherever you are, please join his. Please subscribe, because this guy is a great, and
thank you.
And he's been to Australia too, guys. So
that's
so push that like button and subscribe to this gentleman, because he's the true thing.
Well, even though Zozo always tries to drive me crazy, but I like it. You guys are all awesome.
But thank you for your time. I know you have other callers.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, everyone, and my condolences to the family, and I'm glad they found some sort of answer at the moment to wish the new year in, even though it's going to be a sad, happy new year for them, but at least we've got an answer. So condolences to the family.
Yeah, well said there, and thank you for the compliments and everything. I love Australia myself. I lived there for 3 months, and it was sweet. It's 34 degrees Celsius here, which is about 100 degrees at the moment. And it's 34 degrees Fahrenheit over here. How do you like that? 34 Fahrenheit over here.
Is it? Okay, it's 34 centigrade here, so it's about 100 here, about to turn 100. So
yeah, you guys' winter is.
We're thinking of you guys in the cold. So
yeah,
thank you for your time, and thank you for your great effort. You're a great mediator, and I really love watching your channel.
Well,
Thanks,
thank you. All right, man. Have a good one. Appreciate it.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Bye-bye. That was nice, wasn't it? I mean, it's kind of nice to get some positive feedback other than the trolls every single night, Oh, did you hear Gray, man? He cut off that collar. What a bastard. Yeah, well, they were talking about alien abduction. It's kind of the way it is. Thank you, Calamity Jade. I think he saw them while visiting his sister. Yeah, I don't know. How do we know for sure his sister lives there? I looked up his sister, and she lives in Pennsylvania, too. So I don't really know about that. There's just a lot of misinformation out there. I guess we'll find out when the probable cause comes out. That's when you guys definitely want to watch this channel, because I'll go through and map it all out, and we'll understand exactly what they're talking about. It won't be confusing or anything. When you're done with that, you'll be an expert when you're talking to any of your friends about it. Yeah, all right, let me get this last one here. All right, 212, you're on.
Hello.
Hello, 212.
Hello. Yes, I am here. How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Yeah, you gotta sound like you're a mile away from the mic or something.
Oh, okay, okay. Hold on. Let me. It's fine because I got the channel still running. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Let me stop that. All right, perfect. Are you able to hear me better now?
Yeah, I can hear you. So what's going on?
Okay, great. Hey, man, thanks for taking my call. I just want to say thank you for running this live. It's very interesting. I've been following this case from the beginning, and I was just shocked to hear somebody else call me, to tell me that they had a suspect. Just wanted to make a comment. I myself am in healthcare and I have my doctorate, and the previous caller had mentioned that this guy has a bachelor's in criminology or criminal justice. So he must have some insight on on crimes and then previous serial killers. So my first comment about that is anybody that went to college, got their bachelor's or any type of degree, master's, knows that really you don't have any like on the job. Like you don't become an expert at whatever your degree is. Usually it's post college, whether you're in that field, etc. What are your thoughts on that, first of all?
About like having I wasn't really sure what your question was going to be.
Well, I mean, people are assuming that because this guy was in the field or studied, I should say, criminal justice. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about his history. I mean, we've been going through kind of his little employment history, but it doesn't appear like he had any type of, it's not like he was like worked for like a defense, or like in the military or, unless he had a hobby of some sort. I don't think that you should wake up with the skill to be able to kind of slaughter 4 people. It's possible. I'm not saying it's not, but I don't think that it has to do with, since he studied, criminal justice, that he knows what he's doing. I don't think it helps you know what you're doing in terms of committing the murder, but it might help you. Well, I mean, right. Parts of the murder. I mean, it might actually help you not leave evidence there because okay, they look for this, 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 and this, so I need to do this, 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 and this. And it's just interesting that he was studying that. Because it probably was like him in his mind knowing maybe he had these urges and he kind of wanted to get a sort of an inside look at the legal part of it. I mean, I don't really know, but, to me, it allows him to figure out how to not get caught, although he got caught, right? I mean, it sounds like it was messy. That's what Steve Goncalves said, and it was because they must have had a DNA sample. Right. So I was more leaning towards. I know that there was another, not suspect, but people that were speculating on all the online. I don't know if it was one of the jacks or which was the guy that was the neighbor, the guy that was the dog walker or familiar with the dog that was. That
well, he owned the dog with.
Always.
He owned the dog with Kaylee. That's the boyfriend. Lived right there. Yeah.
No. There was a guy who was who went hunting often, and he supposedly skilled with a knife. Supposedly, is what people say.
Yeah, I mean all that stuff was garbage. Yeah, the guy that was walking with him at the food truck, just total garbage.
Right. Yeah. Yes. So I guess I'm just saying that to say that I'm also not too convinced. I mean, if this guy was going for his PhD, I mean, I was looking up how many. So I looked up serial killers, and then I wasn't sure because it's not my field. Was this a mass killing more than it is considered?
Yeah, I think it would be called a mass
killing?
I think it would be a mass killing, but his mentality is more like a serial killer because it wasn't like he just sort of. I mean, there was no other motive in there. Nothing was stolen. It's just kind of like he just had like sometimes, like for example, Bundy killed 3 or 4 people sometimes, and so did like Dennis Radar and those guys. I mean, each one of those is a mass killing, but they went on to kill other people that weren't connected, and then they became serial killers.
Right. So I had looked up the statistics as to how many serial killers had PhDs or advanced degrees, masters, and there were a few. And then I looked up mass killings, whether it's mass shootings or. And I really couldn't find many. So again, I'm not saying that people with advanced degrees, can't commit mass shootings or be, serial killers, but I just find it interesting that it seems like he had other goals in mind, and kind of decided to, I guess, maybe snap or something triggered him, or like you said, he's maybe wanting to practice or have this fantasy, whatever the case is. But I'm very interested to see how this is all going to play out and how they connect the dots and what the background story is, because just listening to your channel and other channels and people talk, and I don't think anybody said, oh, this is going to be, a 28-year-old. I mean, I know they said it was maybe 20s, 30s, but as far as the PhD is really throwing me off. And from another school, that's, whatever.
It doesn't really throw me off just because it's a
not,
PhD. There's people that have had master's degrees and other, really intelligent people. That's just kind of like an interesting element. It doesn't throw me off at all.
Oh yeah, it's just those. I mean, again, of course, it's definitely possible. It's just it wasn't. I wouldn't have guessed it, I guess, is what I was trying to say, and I don't think that many people. Everybody thought it was the Jacks or somebody nearby or something.
No, we just kind of thought it was like I think most people thought it was going to be somebody in the same age range that was upset about something,
right.
And then it turns out it's a little outside. 6 years older. Generally, well, maybe 8 to some of them. I don't know. It's just, it's not, none of this, it makes the cases way creepier, though, than it was seemingly going to be. It now seems like you're in the realm of a serial killer-like person. Now, he's not going to be, if he hasn't killed anybody else, then he probably won't be classified as one, because they were all killed at the same time, and I think it has to be 3 or more separate instances of people that aren't connected in any way, in general, something like that. And that's not what we have here.
I also looked up that definition. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, very interesting. And then the other thing that is the last thing, and then I'll let you get to your other colleagues. I found interesting was his weapon of choice. I know some people said, oh, it doesn't make a lot of noise, but like previous callers said, I mean, if you probably know you're going into a house with more than one person, including one male who appeared to be, I think he was like 6 feet tall or whatever the case is, I think. I know that they're all younger than him, and the girls seem to be kind of small. But then there were also two other people which you may or may not have known where everything is. But it's basically a house, and it appeared to be 4 people or 3 people, a lot of people. I'm not sure that at night. I mean, they said they were sleeping, or they were drunk, or they were eating time. Whatever the case was, it's still a lot of people. So I'm just very interested to see if this is the guy, and if he had help or not, if he was solo. It's just a very interesting case. And again, thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. Have a good one. Appreciate it. Thanks for looking that stuff up. All right, have a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, bye. Yeah.
Record.
All right, got that closed down. I did 5 hours earlier today, and I'm gonna make this one a little shorter. It's crazy. Yeah, so I mean, people keep talking about how he has 2 sisters. I only see one on Ben Verified. I don't know where the other one is or who that is. And some people think the other sister lives in Pullman, and he was over there visiting. I mean, and it's a neighbor to Kaylee and them. I mean, really, where do we come up with is that real? Like, can somebody prove that to me somehow? I think generally extradition works every time. Okay, so there's an article that said that there's 2 sisters. Okay, well, all I can see is one on Ben Verified. It's him, his sister, and his dad. So maybe there's another one out there. Okay, so one lives in New Jersey. All right. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it. I'm going to do thank everybody here really quick. I just need to go relax for a little bit. I got to get up in the morning, and I'm supposed to play a New Year's morning round, or end of the year round of golf in the freaking 45. It's going to be like 40 degrees with drizzle. I mean, that's fun stuff. But man, those new socks are going to come into play. So thanks to the Mike D Experience, Caligal 3, Virginia, new member, Julia Mireles, Kathy Friedenmaker, Knoll Girl. And by the way, if you could hit that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. I know I'm sort of giving up on it. I mean, if I sat here for 3 more hours, I might get another 70 subs or something, but I'll take a nap instead. Kathy Fredmaker, Knoll Girl, Mama She 13 with a cat eye, Julia Mireles, Melanie, Quietly Frozen, the coolest name in YouTube history, Ivan Victor, Tosh, Amanda Johnson, Cindy Edenfield again, thank you, and she became a member. Mrs. Matt Murphy, and everybody that became a new member, welcome. Sorry if I can't see it on the screen all the time when it's coming by, but I really appreciate it. Jason Lockery, Deanna K, Mrs. Matt Murphy, Brown Eyed Girl 714, Sherlock Hemlock, Missing Persons Cases with Nikki, been here 2 months, Dreaming Girl, Missing Person Cases, she gifted somebody, Canadian Cookie, and Dr. Edward Moskowitz, Missing Person Cases with Nikki, member new was LG, Tanya Labbit, new member, Ivan Victor, Sherlock Hemlock, Ivan Victor, Patty G007, Persephone's Pomegranate, SSP 134 Georgia, let's see, Charlie 883, Gwendolyn B, Trish Stuck in the Well, Alley Cake, Jody H, Colleen Daly Page, Scizurf, Ivan Victor, Just Me channel member, Mystery Christie, Ivan Victor, VI Fly AF, Kelly Snyder, Gazella CD, Calamity Jade, Susan Smith, Kurt 28 channel member, Simple Life Days, 8675309, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, Michelle S, Lori Smith, Carly S, Jamie Edwards, Kells, Carly S, Vegas Andrews, Tevi, J, where was that? J Sarah Books, Golenvern, and then I gave 10 channel membership gifts. I don't remember seeing my name on there before. Barbara Mooney, Cairo, he just said, I read somewhere that Bryan Kohberger was involved with an organization called AOSEF, Anadarko Oil Student Endowment Fund. Tammy Weeks, Noreen Gardner, Tosh, Brianna 25, VI Fly, Calamity Jade, Brianna 25, and then Golenvern gave 10 gifts out too, so thank you. Awesome. So hopefully a lot of you guys stay around after your time runs out in a month. You get to have access to all the emojis, and sometimes I post things for just channel members and community section, so forth. So got that, and then on PayPal from today, I'll put everybody from today. Let's see, where are we at here? Not the 29, 29, 29, 29. Then this morning we have Erica. Happy New Year's. I appreciate you so very much. Knowing that I have your show to look forward to each day has helped me through many tough days. I hope you and your family have a wonderful holiday. See, that makes me just makes me feel good, you know. Gives me that Art Bell feeling, that comforting person in the middle of the night, even though you might not think that. And there is Play-Doh, and Play-Doh, the ice cream I think is about half gone at this point. And then also Lizbit PCB, thank you. And then we've got Mag. Thank you very much. She has the flu here. And then KNB. I'll put that in there. And then Lillian. Thank you very much, Lillian. Hope you're feeling a little bit better now. You called in earlier, so. And then we've got V-Dub. Very cool. A cat eye there. V-Dub, and then also we had Being Nancy, who she said, "You're the goat of true crime. Thank you for all you do. Hope you hit 100,000 subs tonight." I don't think that's going to happen, but yeah, we're moving up there. We're getting closer, you know, getting closer. And then also TTJO Tracy. So thank you guys. Well, tomorrow night's our donation night, last day of the month. See what happens. Hey, good night, Dennis Stewart. I was telling people last night that the case of Kylan and Crystal, that guy sounded exactly like Alan Phillips. He said he just had these urges and he didn't know why. I mean, it was so similar, it was crazy. Alright, so we're going to give out a tumbler, an everything tumbler, and a Wow Just Wow mug. Alright, you guys ready? And these are just people, the first show it was so many people that they just allowed me to donate some memberships. So I did that on the show, and then this one is going to be for this show. Alright, this one's for the everything tumbler, here we go. Oh, look, it's going to be a blank. Yes! A blank one. Here we go, we're shuffling again. Oh, it's close to Mama She 13. She usually doesn't take hers, so I'll do that one again. Are you out there, Mama She 13? If she shows up in the show, this spin right here will convert over to an everything mug unless she doesn't show up. Oh, look at that, it's V-Dub. V-Dub won the everything tumbler. There you go, V-Dub. There you go. Alright, now this is the Wow Just Wow mug. You guys ready? Brianna 25 with the Wow Just Wow mug. There you go. Very cool, very cool. Well, you guys, that's it, you know. Got big things to do tomorrow on here, I can tell you that. Big things to do. Well, I'll have to put Kristen Cure on for tomorrow then. Alright, I got Kristen Cure for tomorrow's show. Well, you just won, Brianna. What do you mean you never won? You just won just now. Wow, just wow. And that's what you won. So make sure when you send me an email what you won, that you type in what you won, because I don't remember everybody. Thanks, Rebecca N. Alright guys, thank you very much. Today was a 7-hour and 37-minute marathon. I mean, that's crazy. Looney Tunes. So if you're out there, if you could hit that subscribe button at the last minute, that'd be awesome. But make sure to hit that like button. We are at 1,440. That's pretty cool. So if you can hit that, that'd be awesome. But we're just going to keep on trucking. We'll see what tomorrow brings. I'm sure tomorrow we'll have to do another show because there's going to be a hell of a lot more information is going to come out on this guy, probably interviews with people. And all right, so make sure to load me up in my email so when I get back from golf I can be overwhelmed. Yeah. All right. But anyways, thank you guys very much. We will see you tomorrow. And thank you all to all the moderators out there. You guys are awesome. Ones I see, Tosh, Paulette, Jen H, Linda Howell, Paulette Leonard. I guess I already said that. I know that there's others that were here throughout the night. Don't see them on the screen at this moment. So they're always dealing with the crazy wackos that show up on these shows. And thank you to all the new channel members. Welcome. You guys are kind of, I mean, the thing is you guys are what kind of keep me going all the time. You know, because it's fun to hang out, do the shows, and, you know, just do what we're doing. It's awesome. And I really appreciate all of you. You know, even sometimes when I'm grumpy or I say stupid shit or mean, something you consider mean, you know, I'm just a regular human. I don't read things. Like I missed last night when we were doing the show that the killer told his boyfriend that he killed everybody in the tent. Missed that because I was reading the chat. So then I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense that it was significant. Well, it turns out it was significant that they held that secret because of that. I missed that one key element. Yeah. All right, awesome. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, everybody. And tomorrow night is the last push of the month for donation night. It's been a crazy month. I'm going to try to get us to, what are we at right now? We are at 55,750. So I want to get to like 60. I mean, this could be our biggest 1 month total. We'll see how it goes, but get to 60 something anyways. So all right guys, see you tomorrow, and as I always say, everybody, until next time, be safe out there. And a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a 7 and a 9 and a 10 and a 11 and a 12. Jesus. And during this don't make fun of me, I have not seen one.
I'll make fun of you if I want to, Gray.
That is a crime dissector, plug rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Gray is gonna give another lecture.
Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a protector.
Hey, thanks, John Boy and Timmy.
Yes, we never get to talk anymore.
Yeah, we never get to say a damn thing.
Well, you guys suck.
Just remember, I'm a temple fucking checker.
I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without a blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya
on a mission.
Oh yeah, Clem. What about Clem?
Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody, talk to you later. I think I'm Clem. you. That really was Clem. Yeah, I forgot about Clem. Hey, welcome, Wiki76. All right, we'll see you guys later. Be safe out there.
Good night, everybody. Gee. Hey, Gray, wait, I was gonna do it. I just had my dramatic pause going.
Yes, we all know you were going to do your dramatic pause, but nobody wants to wait 10 minutes for you to go, Jay!
Gee, Gray, that wasn't very nice.
Yeah, I see how you snuck that one in there.
But it was shorter than the one I've been doing. I do the longer one. Jay!
Oh my God. Do you guys see what I have to deal with on a daily basis? It's unbelievable, alright? So we'll see you guys later.
Good night. I was just trying to have fun, Gray. Guy.
Okay, well, you have fun on your own time? Okay. Alright, see you guys later. Wow.